hasn't been a tighter spiral thrown since Warren Moon retired. And Rogers' balls, but he makes it look effortless. When I watch Boyle, he's not Rogers, but I guess what I'm trying to refer to is that playing quarterback and throwing the ball doesn't look laboring to him. When I watch Kaiser, every play looks like he's just trying so hard, like playing the position and throwing the ball. He's just laboring more than what you should be seeing.
You
from
can
a
see him
quarterback
struggle
with
through his reads.
Yes, am I wrong or am I off base? Is there something you might want to add?
No, you're 100% right. No, you're 100% right, and I totally agree. I personally don't think that Kaiser's going to end up being on the roster. I think it's going to be 2 quarterbacks. I think it's going to be Rogers and Boyle. And I know some of Packers Twitter is not going to like that, a.k.a. Peter Bukowski, but I just don't think that Kaiser's been up to par. So,
I mean, we got him for a draft pick. We traded him basically for Demarius Randall, and it's not like we gave up a lot to get him. And I'm ready for the experiment to be over. And what Jay said, Boyle looks more polished as being a QB where he can go through his reads, he can get back up from a turnover, and he looks calm and cool. Deshaun Kaiser looks like he just threw an interception a while ago, and the guy looks like he's just like trying to figure it out still. And I'm like, it shouldn't look that hard if you've been in the league now for 3 years and you're playing practice squad and third stringers right now in this game.
Yeah, no, I definitely would agree. Wow. Manny Wilkins just hurled the guy. Holy cow. Okay. Sorry, I'm kind of focusing on both
Manny!
We're all doing it right now, Parker, because when I'm
jump.
on mute, I'm watching the game and just trying to jump in when I can.
Yeah, no, I have the game on mute too. I'm like right in front of my TV while I'm doing the podcast and watching at the same time. But yeah, that was a pretty good move.
There's another guy that I had my eye on as a trade candidate, and I really, really, really kind of want this to happen just because I'm a fan of his outside of Green Bay. Man, and he's on the trade block. How fun would Giovanni Bernard be in a LaFleur offense?
Yeah, he would be really, 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 really fun. But again, that would mean having another running back, which I don't know if that would be beneficial because you'd have to have like 4 running backs at that point, and that would mean you'd probably have to get rid of another offensive guy.
But you can go ahead and use him more like a Z-back in that, kind of like Theo Riddick was used for the Lions. He didn't really run the ball. Or James White for New England, perfect. James White doesn't run the ball. Sony Michel does. James White is the receiving finesse running back. And Giovanni Bernard did it for a while in Cincinnati. He fell by the wayside because he got hurt, and he kind of had to put up with Andy Dalton being Andy Dalton and never really doing anything, so the spotlight never shined in Cincinnati after those playoff years. So I feel like Giovanni Bernard has like that gadget twitch back. And, Dexter Williams touchdown! Oh, God.
Yeah.
Holding.
Yep. Yeah, Dexter Williams just scored. I was gonna say something, but I didn't want to interrupt your.
No touchdown.
Discussion.
Hell yeah! I think that might have solidified his spot right there because no other running back scored tonight. He's the only one.
Yep.
Oh, that's my.
By the way, I love that Lambeau Field does the flickering of the lights like a strobe light when people score.
Anything
it adds a whole other flair.
I'll say this: anything is better than that damn foghorn. That reminds me way too much of the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
So just get that out of there and eliminate it completely, and I'll be happy.
No, I like the flickering. I like it. It adds a whole other flair, and it gets the fans. The fans, when it happens, start roaring.
Okay,
I think it's a big thing.
Call me nostalgic and kind of, and I guess I'm biased about it too. I'm a big fan of the "Bang on Your Drums" song when they score.
I love that. Yeah.
And partially why, because it was released in the beginning of June in 1983, which is right
He's
around
old
my
as hell,
birthday.
Parker. Sorry about this.
It's right about my birthday.
You're fine.
So I'm a little biased about it because it's almost like of just a few days before my birthday, the song was released. The Packers use it. So I hope they use the flickering of the lights and still bang on my drums.
Yeah, that would actually be cool. Or maybe they can whoa, is someone running on the field? I think somebody is running on the field.
Is there a streaker?
No, I think it's just a fan. I saw some guy running in. Yep.
Maybe they're doing the whole Rogers suggestion where every time they get louder, they get free beer or the beer gets cheaper. I really know they're not doing that tonight. Well, look at that. 30 reception yards. So anybody who wants to nitpick on Dexter Williams, there's the guy. Anybody for Dexter Williams who wants to nitpick for 34 yards rushing, 30 yards receiving, 1 touchdown, how can more even keeled can you get?
You can't, really. And I personally think that he is right behind Jamal Williams in the RB3 spot.
Well, Jamal hurt himself and I'm not trying to put a pun here, but he hurt himself when he went on injury report for so long, and Dexter took advantage of it. He was tearing it up in camp, before the first preseason game. He was tearing up camp, and everyone was raving about him, and they looked good. And when Jones went down with a hamstring, he was the only running back basically getting all the reps. And I cannot wait to see how all 3 of these running backs are going to be used, even week 1, because, Matt LaFleur comes from a Shanahan tree where you use everything you got. And when a team has to try and defend everything you got, they're going to run out of people to defend you with.
Yep. I would agree, and I think LaFleur is going to use everybody to their potential this year, and I'm excited to see it.
Okay, we got about 7 minutes left, Parker, so we're going to get into what you think your season total for wins is going to be and where you see this team without any...
your NFC North prediction.
Right, just where your predictions are. We're not going to hold them to you because we get to change every 4 to 6 weeks because things happen. But after week 8, we stick with it after week 8. So we won't hold it to you, but where are you going right now with what you see from the Packers?
As far as right now goes, I have them at 11-5. I have them winning against Chicago week 1. And then I have them winning week 2 against the Vikings. And then I have them beating Dallas. Rodgers has owned Dallas in recent memory, so that's
Rodgers' world, not Jerry's world. That stadium is Rodgers' world.
Yeah.
That's where he won his Super Bowl. He feels at home there.
Yep. Then I have them, what's week 4? Hold on. I got to see. Do you guys have the schedule on you by any chance?
I do right now. I'm always prepared, brother. I got the Bears week 1, Vikings 2. Week 3 is Denver.
Okay, yeah, I have them beating Denver. And then week 4,
Eagles are 4.
Yep, week 4 I have them beating the Eagles. Week 5.
Dallas. And you have
Dallas.
That's Dallas, and you have them going 5-0 right off the bat.
Yep.
Week 6 is Detroit, and it's at Detroit. No, week 6 is at Lambeau. I'm sorry, that's at Lambeau.
Detroit?
Yep.
Okay, that's a win.
And then you have the Raiders, which is at home, which would be the end of our 5 home games and 7 game stretch. So the Raiders would have to come back to Green Bay.
Yeah, I have that as a win too.
And then we face the Chiefs and the Chargers back-to-back on road games.
Those are going to be losses. I think both are going to be close.
Those
are both going to be fireworks shows.
They're just, Mahomes and Rodgers, I feel like is gonna it's gonna be like that Rams and Chiefs game last year.
Honestly, I think it might surpass it.
Well, and then Rivers and Rodgers the next week always has good matchups. Whenever they face up, they always go for like 400 yards apiece. It doesn't matter how good the defenses are; they always show out. Next after that is the Panthers, and that's back at home.
That's a win.
Then we travel to San Fran from from Green Bay. So we're only going halfway across the country to San Fran and then back across to the Giants. So 49ers, then the Giants at home.
49ers will be a win. The Giants will be a loss, and I think that'll mainly be due to Saquon Barkley. I don't think our defense will be able to contain him. That guy is just so immersive and so I think that'll be a loss. So we'll split those two road games. So we'll be 1-1 in those games. So,
all right. So right now we're sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're sitting at 9-3 right now.
Okay.
And we've got 4 games left. We got the Redskins at home.
Okay, that'll be a win.
Okay, that's 10-3. Then we got the Chicago Bears at Lambeau.
That'll be. I think it'll be close, but I think that the Bears will win.
Okay, so that brings us at 10-4. Then it brings us to the Vikings at the old Minnesota home stadium.
That will be a loss.
Okay, there's your 5th loss. That'll be 10-5 at Detroit, week 17.
That'll be a win.
Do you think that's a division winner, or do you think that's a wild card entry?
Division. I think the Bears will be in. I think the Bears will be in second at 10-6.
What do you? So okay, so you have the Bears at 10-6. Who do you have third and fourth?
Third, I have the Vikings, 8-8, and then the Lions I have at 6-10.
You're almost on the money with my Detroit prediction. I know Jay's going to harp on me for this because we just had my really good buddy Julius on. He writes for Detroit Sports Nation. He's a huge Lions fan. One thing that Jay and I harp on is the Lions. Man, they cannot seem to get out of the gutter for anything, and not even just as a team, a franchise. It's been that way for decades, and Stafford is it's like he's entrenched in that, and I think he needs a fresh start at another team. And once he does that, I feel like he could take the next step as being a QB, because Detroit it's Detroit. No one takes him serious, and that's why you see articles every year. Oh yeah, everyone's sleeping on Detroit. Everyone should take notice of Detroit. And then everyone starts to take notice, and then they go 6-10, or then they barely make the playoffs, and then they get slammed in the playoffs, and then they go back down to the gutter where they usually are. So I mean, it's just I don't know.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I feel like a lot of people try and hop on this Detroit bandwagon in the off season. It's always the Lions fans always talking the most of the additions they made and how good they look. And then, like last year, Parker, I've told my buddy Julius, I've told Jay, I really think it's going to be deja vu for the Lions because they're facing a rookie quarterback just like they faced in Darnold last year. They're going to face Kyler Murray in an offense they've never faced, in an air raid offense by Cliff Kingsbury with Michael Crabtree, Christian Kirk, and Larry Fitzgerald. That's actually a pretty decent receiving core right there, and the air raid offense allows for so much passing. I don't think the Detroit defense is going to be able to keep up with it.
Yeah, I don't think so either, even with their stud D-line.
Yeah, but that's the thing, that's their front four. All they have to do is get off quick passes, tires out the defensive line, and you take that away.
Yep. Go no huddle.
Well, I will say
exactly.
this.
With Kyler Murray, you do that with read option as well.
With your season prediction there, Parker, at 11-5, both Dave and I had them 11-5. The only difference is with me, really, Parker, is I see their hot start as 6-2, right? And I think they'll probably start off the first 4 games 3-1, right? And then basically what my prediction for their 11-5 is, every team, the trend is right now, first-year head coach, that's this new era, right? with a less prominent quarterback has gotten off to a hot start because there's not enough tape. You throw Aaron Rodgers in there, and they're definitely going to